difference, it's the ploy. It means nothing when you're gone. Don't blame me, my own sick grief, just not today. It's a waste of space for colors turn and lessons learned the other way. It can't be changed, 'cause we are lions, we are fighters. We're on this world tonight with the fire in our eyes. We are stronger, and we push harder. We're on this world tonight with the fire in our eyes. We are lions, we are fighters. And we're on this world tonight with the fire in our eyes. We are stronger, and we push harder. And we're on this world tonight with the fire in our eyes. We are stronger, and we push harder. 'Cause we are lions, we are fighters. We're on this world tonight with the fire in our eyes. We are stronger, and we push harder. We're on this world tonight with the fire in our moment. All it takes is a moment. Is it fate that you came this far unbroken? If it's destiny, you wrote it. Focused, but you gotta be focused. Make or break, it's a last goodbye. They remember you for, they're calling your name. Go and take what's yours. Here, now. It's everything you've been dreaming about. There's a reason why you were chosen. This is your moment.
welcome to Rock Around the Clock. Daily cloud gaming news live at the same time, Monday to Friday. But first, if you're new to the show, please subscribe and hit the bell. If you'd like to support the channel, why not hit the join button on the channel homepage and become a member of Team Rock? Indeed. Hello, Friday. We made it, guys. We got here. I got here. You got there. You are awesome. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. The messages that I've received today have blown me away. And I don't say that flippantly. You are freaking amazing. Thank you so, so much. Now, I'm not going to dwell on the events of the day. Those that know, know. Those that don't, you don't need to know. The important thing is we are here today. It is a Friday show. That is a big show because it means that not only do Team Rock members get a chance at winning one of those 100 games, but if you're a subscriber, not even a member, just because you are in the chat and you can say hello, you can enter !win, and you will get into the pot, and it's worth it. We're talking 100 things, 100 things what you can have. Raymond, how are you, my friend? You know how much I love you. You are an absolute boon and a great friend. Thank you so much for being in my life. I really mean that. Gem's here, ladies and gents, the absolutely amazing Gem. How are you, Gem? Fantastic to have you in the chat. Thank you so much. Oh, Mugen Live, thank you, my friend, for popping that in. And look at this. Mugen Live's given me a super chat. Bless you. That is, wow. Love you. Thank you so much. And Raven Anime is a second-month rock star. That is also unbelievable. Thank you guys so much. Ant is here. He is epic. He's one of the epicest people I know. He really is. He's epically epic. Thank you, Raven Anime. You wunderbar human being, you. So we are... I think I've got it for 15 minutes, the old !win. So it's a fairly short window of opportunity, but I don't like to it's a random number. Just so it could have been 4 hours, turned out to be 15 minutes. So get your !wins in if you want to win. And don't forget, there are some big prizes in that wheel. We've got Horizon Zero Dawn, the complete edition, plus lots of other bits and bobs. So it's definitely worth doing it if you are interested. You don't have to. Just having you here is an absolute bonus. Means the void to me, so thank you so much. Rouster's here having fun. No, he's not. He's having lunch, but it could be fun. You never know, do you? He's having lunch at the cafeteria. I hope it's fun in your cafeteria. Is it a big cafeteria? Is it like 400 staff kind of caf, or is it a little round table in a small office? You know, like the office. That thing, you know what I mean, don't you? Is it one of them? Squids, good to see you, my friend. I hope you're well. I hope you're getting ready for a really chillaxing weekend. We're going to go and see some family who we haven't seen for a long time, a few years, thanks to COVID. So that's going to be really nice. We're going to meet at a remote rural pub for lunch on Sunday. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be so good. I've had a pretty good day all in all, actually, business-wise. Lots of good business things happening, which is always a bonus. It's the kind of the yin and the yang. Barclay, thank you, my friend. Woohoo! And Jem joined Team Rock. Oh, Jem, thank you so much. Wow, that's validation, ladies and gentlemen. What a god. Thank you so much. Yeah, the thing about the rock world is that on the one hand, I've got this company that I've been married to now for 21 years, my business, and you know, stories and stuff, but that, you know, that's like a never satisfied baby on the one hand, and then on the other I've got this thing which I love, and I want to be doing this all the time and playing games and talking to you lovely people and doing this stuff. But that danged baby, the big baby, the 21-year-old baby keeps dragging me off. But he's been all right today, or she, or they. Who's to know? Who's to know? On a corporate thingamy-bob. Raven, thank you so much for joining. And Jem, that's made my day. That has, my friend. Thank you so much. Rouster says, I have the stream blasting for my phone, so everyone else is as lucky as me to hear this. Whoa, hello, Rousters friends. Say a big hello to Adam, both me and him, because he's a lovely fella and he pops in all the time, and I really appreciate your support, my friend. Oh, look, young Clivey baby is in the chat as well. He's scratching his chin because he's been mulling over AI these last couple of weeks, getting all genned up on it, and it is a fascinating topic, it has to be said. I too, behind the scenes, have been mid-journeying and chat GPTing and crayoning and barding. I actually have paid. I'm a paid mid-journey personage. Although I've actually, since paying for it, I haven't used it a great deal, but I will. It's just amazing. It really is. What you can do with a vast amount of data and a clever little engine. Even cleverer than the little engine that thought it could. You know that engine? I forget what the engine was called, even if it had a name. But one of them things. Now I need to add Gem to the. I can't show you this, but I discovered an amazing plugin for OBS, which allows me to have all my various sources, what I use, in separate windows, so I can, and they're all fully actionable, even though I'm not in studio. If you use OBS, you'll appreciate why that's quite useful. So I'm able to kind of add stuff to screens and browser sources and things without having to flick around in studio, and it's good. It's working. So let me see. I've got to add Gem to the wheel. There's Gem, and I just I'm gonna Raven Animate. I'm sure you're in there, my friend, because you've renewed for 2 years, but I'm gonna add you 2 months. Sorry, I'm gonna add you again because you're lovely, and I appreciate it. Raven Animate, and don't forget, guys, even if you are indeed a member, you can go to the chat. I was thinking where you had to go then. Twitch or YouTube or both, and enter !win and get yourselves a load of entries and stuff. Talking of which, I spotted, would have been very late night for him, but it was very early for me. Young Primo Yonic, streaming again. Leo, he's been away around the world, literally. I mean, he's been in Thailand and Canada and all sorts of places working. So he had lots of stories to impart. He was back and doing a stream, bless him. So I popped in and he did a little giveaway as well, but it was only me in the stream. So guess who won? Oh, I felt really, it was sad. I was like, oh mate, give it to somebody else. But it was quite nice. It was the latest Outright game. You know, the old Gigantosaurus kart thing. Well, I'm going to keep it. I was well chuffed. Oh dear. Pika and Piker, two of my favourite cartoon characters. And that's it. Doragon's in there with the wins. I forgot I'd set my chat up so that it doesn't show !wins. So I've got to look over on the real chat to see what's going on. I can see guys in Twitch, which is awesome. Raven Crow, good to see you, my friend. Popping into players last night, it was much appreciated. Neil, how are you, my good friend? Neil, hey Rokk, did you say you're on Renaissance Cast? Yeah, I'm supposed to be. I'm not 100% sure that I will be now because Jimmy's back. Jimmy was away. Jimmy's been able to come back, and I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to be up for it. But I haven't made my mind up. I wasn't going to say anything, but Neil, thank you for asking. Either way, if I'm not there, please do. I know you would anyway, Neil, because you're a big supporter of the guys, and they are amazing. It's genuinely one of my favourite podcasts. They are the chemistry is amazing. They're really lovely guys, both online and offline, and they cover such immense amount of topics, and Stu put so much effort into the show. They absolutely deserve your support. So it's Renaissance Men on YouTube, I believe. Renaissance Men Cast, I think, on Twitter. I hope to double check that, but they are amazing. Al, how are you, my friend? Great to see you, dude. I hope you're going to have a cracking weekend. Rouster, are you going to play Diablo 4? Oh, yeah, I am so keen to play Diablo 4 Open Beta. I genuinely am. I looked, I was going to try and preload it yesterday on PlayStation, but it would only send me to a link to buy this kind of pre-order thing. So I don't know what time of today. It's today, isn't it, that it goes live for the public, but I'm not sure what time. I need to look into it. I don't know if you guys watched Rock Players last night, but Dorrigan, great guy, great show actually. If you've not seen it, it's fantastic, great turnout as well. Audience was amazing. But Dorrigan read out a message from a friend of his, somebody on his Discord, who I think actually might even be a co-host on his show, and he's like a massive Diablo fan, played thousands and thousands and thousands of hours. He was disappointed with the beta. In fact, here is the very man himself. Mwahaha, all the entries. Good to see you, brother. I was just saying, or you probably heard, that your co-host was disappointed with Diablo 4, felt that it was a step back rather than a step forward, and he's not. I think you said he'd cancelled his pre-order. So I'm interested. I'm assuming, Rouster, you've played it already, because I know this is the game that you've been looking forward to for so long. I'm interested to know what you think. Adam says, I preloaded last week and updated it. Oh, so you've not played it yet? Oh, that'll be interesting then. Oh, it's on now. Ooh, started an hour ago. Right, well, I'll be having a little play with that, my friend. Not shortly after this here stream, no doubt, which is awesome. Now, look. The actual exclamation mark win has ended, but I'm going to resume entries. There you go. You can keep going till I say stop. There you are. So if you haven't entered yet, you should be good to give that a go. And if you're a Team Rock member, you're already in anyway. It's going to be cool, isn't it? Going great. Nerds World is live. Bless him. Old Nerds World always goes live at the same time as me. You'd think it's all right, but probably a good idea to not clash. And then I'd send people over and stuff, and we'd have synchronicity. But it's fair dues, isn't it? Oh, no, he played it last weekend and really enjoyed it. Gotcha. Well, there you go. I mean, ultimately, it is horses for courses, isn't it? Different people. But yeah, Wibblesniff. What a great name. Yep, Wibblesniff has cancelled his pre-order, very worried about the state of the game, said it didn't feel good to play. I think there's also that thing, isn't there, Dorrigan, where you get so hyped. I know I do this. You get so excited about a game coming, something that you really look forward to, and then it's not quite as good as you'd hoped, and you sort of think, I felt like that with Destiny, the latest Destiny, if I'm honest. Paid for it as well, paid for the year's worth of stuff. And I've only about halfway through the campaign. I came up against a boss, which I think, in days gone by, I had no issues going through an entire campaign solo. And I probably would have just kept grinding to get through. I've got to a point now with gaming where I just can't be bothered anymore. If I'm made to really kind of battle it, and this is the thing, there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I'd say most gamers would rather the challenge. It's just me personally. It's not a problem with the game, but it's just everybody's different, aren't they? Some people, want a nice, easy game. Others really want the challenge, and actually they feel hard done by and let down if they're not challenged. I was reading an article for Scars Above, which has only just come out, and I think it's probably my next rental game, because I installed Dead Space yesterday, played it, thought, hang on, this is exactly the same, and oh wow, loads of things going on. Wow. Streamlabs can't keep up, you amazing folk. Let me see if I can just go through. Firstly, Eddie, thank you so much. Eddie has gifted 5 Rokk Show memberships. So you saw them all popping up on the screen. That is so generous. Thank you, my friend. So PyCon Fusion got a membership. Deeply Relaxing Video. Well, that's me. That's my other channel. What's Deeply Relaxing Video doing here? Bless you. CGD Games, that's Lee. Lily M. and Ninja Guy all got memberships. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you. I don't know what to do with my membership. I mean, it's my other channel, but oh, bless. Ravencroft, I am bro to you as well. Thank you so much for that, Eddie. I genuinely, that's very, very generous and very, very kind, and means a huge amount to me. Bless. So lovely people, aren't there? Wow, Streamlabs, that was special. I know, Dorgan, it just went for it, mate. It's like... But yeah, games are... That's right, I installed Dead Space, and I fired it up, and I thought, this is exactly the same. I thought it was like going to be a massive remake or something, and it wasn't. It was exactly the same. So I uninstalled it and put it back in its little packet and popped it in the post. So I think the next game I'm getting is, and this was getting to the point, Scars Above, which looks pretty good. But I was reading an IGN review, which kind of underlines what I'm saying. The guy or gal that was reviewing it said, for the first hour of the game, there's no spoilers, I don't think. For the first hour of the game, they thought, wow, this is quite challenging, which they obviously liked. And then they said, but after that, it's really easy to craft weapons. And once you've got a massive armory, you can pretty much just slice through any boss. And they thought, oh, that's not good. And I thought to myself, can I just skip to the second hour? Because that's ideal for me. I do all my games on easy mode, easiest possible mode going, with all the possible cheats, because I want to experience, for me, it's about experiencing the entire journey of a game and not individual challenges, if that makes sense. And different people are different, and a lot of folk, and the majority of people, really get off on the challenge, challenging themselves, challenging others, and they want a game that does that for them, which is perfectly fine. But it just underlines how different we all are. It's just that's what I'm saying, really. So I think that's the next one I'm getting, because the next 2 on my list were that one and Res Evil 4. And Res Evil 4 obviously is going to be in massive demand, so I doubt that I'll be on that list for a while. So it'll probably be that one, which is good. It's all fine. William, how are you, my friend? Bless you, dude. Good to see you. I know you are, mate. In fact, I had you in mind, Dorgan, when I was saying it, and I was thinking about your thoughts on various games, and I'm sure, your mate Wibblefluff, whatever his name is, Wiffle Wobble, is, Wibblesniff, sorry, is in a similar place. There are, I think some of its age. No, I said this to Ray the other day, no matter how you look or how you feel, you can't help the fact that as you get older, your reflexes slow down. They just do. And I think 5 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, 10 certainly, but 5, I would have been the same. I would have felt shortchanged if I played through a game and I was done in 20 hours. Whereas now I don't. Now I just think that's cool. It gives me an opportunity to crack on to the next one. I'm not saying either of those scenarios is the right one. It's just how it is for me. But in this case, I felt Dead Space. I felt a bit short-changed, to be honest, because it was. The only difference that I could see was that it had an option to flick it to 4K. With some natty lighting effects, or 60 frames per second if you did the performance mode, the standard stuff. That's all I could see that made it different. And I just thought, no, I mean, don't get me wrong, I loved the original Dead Space. I thought it was in fact, playing it, even for the short time that I did, it brought back memories, and I thought, oh yeah, I actually remember being in this corridor and thinking, well, what's next? What's going to be around the bend and stuff? But I just thought, and then funnily enough, I fired up Calypso Protocol shortly before I went live. Because as you know, that was built by a big, I'm calling him that. He'll get upset with me. I've got enough people out there that are already doing that. Yeah, I thought I wanted just because it was a team that had originally worked on Dead Space that went off and made Callisto, and actually I mean it does look stunningly better graphically, but it's almost, I mean the character and everything was so much like Dead Space. But I thought, well, you know, that's what they could have done. And you could imagine an internal wrangling where these guys were saying, look, we could just do a great remake of Dead Space, and the studio's going, now, but we've done that. And then they've gone off and gone, right, okay, we're going to make this and we're going to make our own. And then the Dead Space company's gone, well, we'll just re-release Dead Space then and take some of your sales. You know, Miss Phoenix is oh, bless you. Miss Phoenix is raiding on Twitch. Oh, I don't know if you guys saw. Thank you so much, Sam. I don't know if you guys saw last night. If you don't, again, please go and watch it. Miss Phoenix was a guest of honor along with Dorrigan and Eddie Games on Rock Players. And what fantastic guests. I mean, Dorrigan is just amazing value anyway. The guy always has a great view on things, and he's a natural performer. But Eddie and Miss Phoenix were brilliant. And I'm so pleased that they were able to come on. It's fantastic to get people come on who you don't always see a great deal. But oh, bless. Thank you so much. There's a little pussycat waving at me, look. Thank you. That's so cute. Thank you so much. But yeah, it was great, and Ray did Ray very generously pushed out across social Miss Phoenix's channel, which is of course twitch.tv/Miss Phoenix. So Pixie is now following. Woohoo! Oh, thank you, Pixie. Wow, I tell you what an amazing show it's been today. New followers and just wow. Thank you so much, guys. I'm deeply touched. I mean, I am, but I'm on medication, you know what I'm saying. Rokk is on YouTube, by the way, Raiders. Thank you. Yep, that's right. There's a whole bunch of folk over here, and there's a few of you lovely folk. I'm going to say hello just to you on Twitch. Hello, Miss Phoenix. Cats. I'm going to call you the cats. There we are. I've said that on Twitch. Okay. So I have both my chats up. Woohoo! Southerly AD is now following as well. Wow. I tell you, poor old Streamlabs is getting it today, isn't it? Talking of which, I don't know, I've lost count. Thank you, guys. That's really, really sweet for following me. I really appreciate that. See, we love you. Oh, bless you, Stu. Bless you, my friend. I've lost count of all the new subscribers. I've got to put in all the new team members that I need. I've got to put myself in the wheel now. Well, there's a thing I didn't think I was going to be saying first thing this morning. Let me go back and see. Here we are, yes. So I'm going to put the new members in. CGD Games, Lily M, of course Ninja Guy, bless you. And I'm not putting myself in, it ain't happening. Oh yes, PyCon Fusion, brilliant. That's fantastic. Wow. I tell you what, I've added in the exclamation mark wins. So shall we just quickly bounce over to the Wheel of Fortune, and then all the new guys that have never seen this before, they'll get a feel for what we do every single day. Let's have a look. Here I am. There's the music, I was wondering. So what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, in the red corner are the winners to be. In other words, all subscribers from today who were able to get exclamation mark win in time. Sorry, all of you that came in a bit late. It was a short one today. And Team Rokk members as well, bless. Thanks for the love, team. Yeah, no, thank you, guys. Genuinely, that's so cute. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sam, as well. I really appreciate that. Hope you have amazing weekends, by the way. And then on the purple wheel over here is the prize that the winner is going to win. There's 100 PC games in there, including such amazing titles as Horizon Zero Dawn, the complete edition. Yep, there's a whole bunch of games spinning around there. So what we'll do is we will start the red wheel first and we'll see who's going to win the prize. Let's do this. It's the one. And there it is. Right, how are we doing? Let's see. Oh, my wheel's a bit tiny over here. Let me make it bigger. Bigger. Starting to slow now, guys. Starting to slow. We've been past William there. Mugen Live, Jack, Tracy, Phil McGrath. Phil won the other day, didn't he? Rudigs. Brilliant guy. Bexy Bob. Gem's just been added. Oh, it didn't stop on Gem. 10:30 Media. Is it going to be Stu? Or is it going to be Vet? It can't be. If it's Alex Billy, I'm running it again because he won yesterday. No, it could be. No, look at this. It could be Miss Phoenix. I tell you what, if it stops on Alex. Sorry, Alex. I mean, I love you, my friend. I really, really do. But you won yesterday. And I also happen to know Miss Phoenix. She's a console lady and she wouldn't accept the prize. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. And this one is, I'm going to spin it again. I don't do it from time to time. I can because it's my wheel. Right. So let me, Alex in purgatory has gone inside. So we'll give it another spin. Here we go. The pirates. Arr. Pure instinct. Thank you for following. Alsa. De Major LDN. Thank you. Right. Are we slowing yet? Let's see. I forgot to give it a shuffle. I hope it doesn't stop on the same people. Let's see where we're going with this. Right. Oh, look, there's Clive. No, it's gone past. MJ Park's Gem. I added you twice there, Gem. Sorry. Curly. But, oh, look out, Adam. It's coming your way, dude. I think it's going to be a Rouster day today. Yes, it is. The window above me is kind of useless because you can't see it, but it says Rouster 2. Is that your second YouTube or your Twitch, Adam? I forget which, but that is... Bless him, he tries every single week, doesn't he? Right, my friend, you is the winner today. So let's have a spin of the wheel and see what you're going to win. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love this one. Okie dokie, past Horizon Zero Dawn. Sorry, Adam. I'm gonna kind of guess ahead, looking where it's gonna fall. I reckon you're gonna get an Oddworld Abe's game, maybe. Oh no, it's gonna slow before then. Could still be Oddworld Abe's Odyssey though. Baldur's Gate. Could be. I think it's going to stop on Oddworld Abe's Odyssey. Yes, it is. Woo! Excellent game, that. Excellent game. Well done, Adam. That's your prize, my friend. Oddworld Abe's Odyssey. The prize for today. How cool is that? Woo-hoo! Brilliant, 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 brilliant. So pleased for you, my friend. I will get you that code later. And something for you to play over the weekend. How fun. How much fun will you have? Quite a lot. Right, let's get back to the welcome screen. Please. There we go. Thank you, welcome screen. You're welcome, Rokk. Right, there you go. That was it. That was I love the Friday stream because everybody gets a chance to win. Next Friday, of course, big end of the month Friday, where we kind of go up a little bit of a level, and the prize is going to be quite special next week. I haven't made my mind up just yet, but I think it's going to be Disney Dreamlight Valley, which recently came out on GeForce Now, so I have a code for that. This is they actually gave me a code, bless them, which I've been using to stream it, but I already bought one which I was going to use, so that could well be the prize next Friday. And it ain't no small game. It's worth a few pennies, and I have to say I'm loving it as well. It's a real fun game. So tune in next week, same time, and we'll see if you are likely to be that winner. Right then. So, there was something I wanted to tell you guys today, something that was happening. Well, there's been some gaming news, of course. It's kind of leaking that the CMA are giving the green light on the Activision Blizzard King deal. That's interesting, isn't it? I mean, it's been a bit ongoing, that one, and I think people are a little bit jaded with it now, aren't they? But I think it'd be good to just get it out of the way, for good or for bad. I mean, there are opinions on both sides, but I think people just want it finished with, don't they? Just to move on a little bit. That horn sounding must be making people think I'm nuts here. Mate, you won. You should be excited. Never mind the nuts. Oh dear, where are we? Oh, I all of a sudden got a massive new chat messages. Sorry about that. Happy Cloud Gamer Martin. Any news from PAX? I don't know, actually, Martin. Perhaps you could go and find out for us. You could be our roving reporter from PAX. Who knows? Thanks for stopping by to Winstar, says Miss Phoenix. Koala, how are you, dude? What's the stream? Wait, is the stream ending? No, a little bit longer. You're okay for a little bit, my friend. But Koala, bad news. You didn't win today. You've broken your streak of luck. You've done very well up until now, though. But young Rouster won today. He's excited. Look at him. He is. He's excited. That's so cool, isn't it? Ghost Strats, how are you, brother? Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Oh, Martinez as well. I'm just realising how many of you lovely people I have missed. So my sincere apologies. Martin was late. But it doesn't matter, Martin. This is a drop-in centre, my friend. You can just drop in and chill out with us and talk about your day and what you're having for your dinner, lunch, breakfast, tea, whatever it is that you call it. And we just chill, don't we? I don't know why I seem to be over behind my clock today. I don't know what's going on. Let me just move myself over. There we are. That's better. That's better. So no, Koala, you're all right for a little bit longer, my friend. I was in two minds about doing a slightly shorter stream, but I have to say the love today has given me a whole new lease at life. So I'm here for a bit longer, but thank you. And thank you for popping in from India, ladies and gentlemen. I think we've got to have one of the most international audiences that I know. Today in the chat, we have Martin from Norway, we have Barclay from Germany, we have Mugen from Germany, we have Ray from just outside Frisco in the States on the West Coast, we have Martinez also from the States, and occasionally Hawaii as well. We have Miss Phoenix from about, 2.5 miles down the road. From where I am, certainly somewhere in this vicinity. We have Adam Rouster, today's winner, from the East Coast, from up New York way. We have Raven Crow. Raven, not too sure, but you're in Ireland, aren't you? Am I right with that? My apologies if I get that wrong, because I'm bare of little brain and all that malarkey. I'm just trying to look around and see. Metal Wolf's in today, ladies and gents. He calls shenanigans. Great to see you, my friend. Oh, wow. Fantastic to see you. Thank you for popping in. And, of course, Miss Phoenix brought a whole raid across from Twitch, which was amazing. And so many of these wonderful people have followed. And that's just absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much. For those of you that are new to the channel, so you will have spotted I go out I simulcast on Twitch and YouTube. Twitch used to get a bit funny about it, but they've sort of relaxed a little bit now. And quite honestly, I'm too small for them to care. But the show goes out on both. I try to engage with all audiences, doesn't matter where you are. And we do, essentially, I pop on every single day of the week, Monday through Friday. We do Rock Around the Clock, which is this here show, on a Monday, a Wednesday, a Thursday and a Friday, so 4 days of the week. On Tuesday, it's called The Rokk Show, and I have the most amazing co-host panel in Mr. Ray3473, the gaming cyborg, who is in the chat, Mr. William SPG, Simply Porn Gaming, who is probably also here still. I think he's just getting ready to... so Fridays, he streams on a Friday. I'm sure he does. So he's getting ready to stream. And then very occasionally we have young David Wilson, who's been busy moving and doing stuff and getting on with life. And that's a great fun show. Then on Thursday night, depending where you are in the world, at about 9 p.m. UK time, we have the Rock Players, which is a sort of a deep dive discussion on all things gaming, but that's a great show. Saturdays, we have a family fun show in the form of My Next Gen Gaming, which is mostly Martinez, Josiah, and his son, Hezekiah. And they do family gaming. That's on a Saturday. So there's always something going on. And I'm in most of it. I don't. I do a little bit of Rock Players, but quite honestly, those guys do just way too good a job for me to keep popping in. And I don't do the Hezekiah and Josiah show on a Saturday, the family fun show, because that's a dad and son show, and they don't need guests because they're already freaking awesome. So there you go. So an amazing lineup of shows that and I'm always looking for more. So I'm hoping to launch some more shows in the not too distant future. So lots of value here, and it's just amazing that you subscribed and followed today, and I didn't buy a single one of you. It's a fair shout. It's a fair shout. Oh, it's from Ohio. Oh, amazing, Raven Crow. Sorry, my friend. That's great. I eventually find out where people are from, but I don't like to presume. And I presumed with you, so my sincere apologies. Ohio. Do you know, there's so much of the States that I have yet to explore, and I desperately want to. So I've kind of done East Coast all the way from almost just above Mexico all the way up to through San Diego and LA and San Francisco and Seattle, and then up into Canada. I've done Vancouver as well, so I've done a large swathe of the West Coast, but I'm desperate to do the East Coast and the middle states as well. I'd love to go to Ohio. I'd love to go to Montana. I love America. I've had a love affair with America since I was a small boy from afar, and I'm absolutely going to cover the entire States at one point, and Canada, because I also love Canada and I love Canadians, beautiful people. Adam with the mic drop. Yeah, I don't know, is it me or Roust are you referring to? But it's cool, isn't it? Young Adam, he's the boy, he really is. Ohio, amazing. And I noticed just now as well, sorry, Windstar, good to see you, my friend. Great to see you. Hope you're keeping well. Another one of our awesome vets. Martin says, Rock, when do you have a break? Right now I've been away 5 weeks from making content. I run a business as well, and that's the weird thing. So I live in the UK. That's right, Koala. I live on the southwest coast of the UK, and I always say to people, because sometimes people have heard of the place that I come from, but mostly they haven't, because it's not particularly famous for much. But a lot of people know or have heard of Plymouth, particularly if you kind of know your American history, because it was like the last point of exit for the Mayflower on its way to America. It didn't start there, though. I believe the Mayflower started around East Anglia, which is, as the name suggests, it's on the east coast of Britain. But it kind of came around, stopped up at Plymouth, and then hurtled off towards the States in the Mayflower. So you'll have heard of Plymouth Rock and so on. And so that's fairly close to where I live. That's about 50 miles-ish from where I live. So, look, Primo's in the house. Primo, I was just talking about you, my friend, a little while ago about your show earlier. Let's do an RV trip. Yes. Do you know, my co-director in my business, who, to be fair to him, bless, does most of the work these days, many, many years ago, I promised him that he and I would do a road trip because he's equally a massive American fan of American politics and American culture, very intelligent, very widely read chap. I used to call him Trugle because his first name starts TR and he just knows everything. He's literally like the kind of precursor for ChatGPT. An amazing fella. One day for sure, Primo. One day, my friend, I absolutely intend to. And Martin wants to go from New York to LA. Yeah, well, that's a great ambition. Just do it, my friend. Just do it. Work your way across. Find some odd jobs and stuff. That would be cool. Absolutely. Happy, Miss Phoenix. It's lovely in the southwest. Yeah, it is lovely in the southwest. And as I look out the window, it's looks like it's stopped raining. The clouds are parting. It's looking a bit blue. Of course, it's tomorrow that in the UK we spring forward. Woohoo! We'll be on the same timeline again. So that's going to be a brilliant bonus. No more confusion. Yeah, add me to this. Oh, mate, goes without saying. Do you know what? I mean, look, I don't know if I'll still be doing content creating in years to come. To be fair, even in days to come, the way I feel today. But what I would love to do, if I am doing it in a year or two's time, is to literally do a kind of where all my friends, all my kind of big content creator friends are, and just do a kind of a go around and see everybody. Oh, I'd love to do that and do it as a big kind of live vlog, a massive rock around the block in the States. I'd so love to do that. West Side. Absolutely. But Ray's travelled, haven't you, Ray? You've lived in very many places. Another sort of child of a forces father, so lived in lots of different places, even Cuba. Ray has got a billion stories, some amazing stories. Geek, how are you, dude? Geek, you're not going to believe it. It was you and me in Primo's giveaway draw earlier, but I won. Sorry. But it was so cool to have him back. My little face lit up when my phone said, Primo, your next going live. So, yes, excellent, great to have him back. Love Primo's content. He just chills me out. I could just listen to his anecdotes and his wisdom and his stories and his gentle manner. Love him to pieces. Miss Phoenix, not sure if you mentioned earlier, but one of my community said he queued for an hour to get in. Oh no, really? Into Diablo 4 this afternoon. Ouch. What platform, out of interest? I have heard there've been lots of queues. I think Dorrigan mentioned it last night's show as well, one of the things. It's all right, I know what you meant. But yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? You have to, all these new... Because it was the same when Luna launched the other day. We were really lucky, I think. When I did the live stream, it was very early after the announcement. I mean, literally, I had a business meeting and a coffee, and I got into my car and I was seeing loads of tweets, and so I hurtled back, and this was only about half an hour before the show. So we were lucky. I think we managed to get in, and there was still a little bit of a queue. Do you remember? It was still had like a 2-minute queue, but I know other people later did struggle and found it quite hard to get on. So this is the trouble when these new things launch, isn't it? And they do stress testing and stuff to see, if the servers will fall over. And a lot of the time they allow for it, but the problem at launch is that massive hit that they get from people. The only way they can manage it is to queue you in. So I would say, if that's the case, I think we're good for the whole weekend, aren't we? With Diablo 4, is it like 3 or 4 days over the weekend or something? So I would say if that's the case, leave it a couple of hours, or let me think. See, the problem is you can't. If you're in the UK, you can't say, I'll leave it till 11 and then I'll go on because everyone's gone to bed. Because, of course, our friends in the States, at that point, they've just finished dinner. They're sitting down to have a look at it. So, but there'll be different servers, I would imagine. Is it? I mean, I don't know much about it then. Presumably it's an online game in the sense that it needs to be connected. And is it like an open world thing? Is it like a sandbox game, or is it kind of co-op-y, multiplayer-y? Is it a bit like World of Warcraft, where you got like a whole bunch of folk trying to take down a boss and stuff? I don't really know a huge amount. That's why I'm really keen to try it, because I'll try anything once within reason, as long as it ain't looking like it was when it was alive. I'll have a crack at it. Ant says, I plan on meeting a few people in the Northeast. Yeah, when are you moving to Florida? I thought you weren't. Of course, no, you're still up near in New York State, aren't you? Is that right? And then you're going to be moving down the hill into Florida. Yeah, when's that happening, my friend? Or is that like a future thing? Because I know Vet is Vet moving this year? Got a feeling he's moving in the summer. Down to his kind of home state, if I remember rightly. But I mean, England and Britain it's actually quite a big island when you look at it, but it isn't, because it's more tall than it is wide, a bit like me. And so although there's 65, 70 million people, I mean, there are some states, aren't there, that have got more than that. So, it's difficult for people in this country to contemplate the scale of America. And then, of course, you go up into Canada, where it's like some places you could drive for days without seeing another human being. Just amazing, really. The world's such a huge place, isn't it? I mean, we should all try and visit another country in our lifetime. And I know that sounds like a small bucket list, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people never ever leave their own country. Some don't have a passport, and a lot of people that do end up going to the same place every year. And I just think, it's such a massive world. Listen to Primo is going to he said he's got like a terabyte of footage and recordings from his recent trips. So I'm really looking forward to it's going to take a long time to put all that into content, but tune into his live shows and listen to some of the stuff he's recently experienced in Thailand and other countries. Really, really interesting stuff. What else we got down here? Martin says, Diablo 4, it's 92 gigs on Xbox. Yeah, I might download it on Xbox, Martin. If PlayStation insist on me paying for it, that pre-order, I might just pull it down on Xbox anyway. Don't matter none, do it. Don't matter none. Why am I not seeing chat? Let me refresh. Let me refresh. It's literally stopped for me at the point of Miss Phoenix saying Diablo 4 7 minutes ago. So I'll refer to the live chat. I don't know what's going on. Naughty chat. Oh, here it comes. No, it's not. Oh, what the heck. It don't matter. So Primo says, some people here in Hawaii never leave. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's a bit of a joke, really. But I know a lot of people, even in Britain. I mean, in Europe, you don't really have much of an excuse, because if you're on mainland Europe, you can go in any one of 4 directions and end up in another country. And even in England, specifically, we can go off to Wales. That's a country in its own right. or we can go up to Scotland, another amazing country in its own right, or we can just hop across on a very short ferry or plane ride and go to Ireland, beautiful country. So, there's really no excuse for it. And so Primo's retirement goal is to travel the world. I think it's a great ambition, my friend. It's a great ambition. It's such a massive place. I mean, I lived in Australia when I was a little boy for a little while. But I've been up and down the States, some of Canada, I've been to Hawaii. Much to my remiss, though, I've not been to really what I call Central Europe. So I'd love to do the Nordics, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Netherlands, Germany, Belgium. We're going to be doing a lot of France next year because we've bought a whole bunch of tickets to the Olympics. I mean, like 3 weeks worth of events. It's going to bankrupt me if it hasn't already. So we're going to be doing a lot of France next year. I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to try and bone up on my schoolboy French as well. But it's just going to be great. It's going to be great. And more of that. Miss Phoenix, Scotland is on my list. Oh, I love Scotland. Sam, we've got family up there at Inverness. I may have mentioned this before. But George was a stonemason, and he worked a lot on all the ancient Scottish monuments. So one of the things when we went up there he was working on was Castle Urquhart, which is the castle that everybody knows from videos and photos of Loch Ness. You see it on perch there. It's kind of a ruin of a castle. It's become a bit more touristy now if you go there, but he did a lot of the repair work on there. So what's great when we go up is that we try and spend some time with them, and he takes us to all these amazing places. Some of them are out of the way, not very touristy, that, ancient monuments. But Scotland is just a stunning country, both in terms of its ecology and its flora and fauna. The people, I love the Scots. Just everything about Scotland. I could live there. It blows me away every time. You love it. You will love it. And if, like me, you love things like dolphins, whales, and just, eagles, wild boar, and so on, just the wolves, the ancient animals of Britain that have been decimated everywhere through agriculture, hunting, and construction, except a lot of them still live in Scotland. So, you're in for a treat, in for an absolute treat. We went up to the top of Ben Nevis when we were there last. Not walking, by the way. We went up a cable car, but that was amazing as well. It's just a gorgeous place. Bjorn, great to see you, my friend. I think I saw him. Or was that Martinez just referring to him? I hope you have a good weekend. My chat never did refresh, by the way. But it's all good. Scotland, first on my list. Go see Bjorn. Yes, in Sweden, I hear you. Sorry, Si. Yes, absolutely. No, in fact, I've talked to him about possible ways of getting to him in Sweden, because I would love to do that. See, the thing is with both my girls still being at university, my wife doesn't really want to go on any big trips until they're settled in work and what have you. But once, in a few years' time, when they've got their jobs sorted and maybe even some family of their own, then I think that's what we'll end up doing. We'll because she loves a good travel as well. So we'll try and get to see a bit more of the world. I think that'll be absolutely lovely. Wish I'd gone to the Olympics when we hosted it. Yeah, it never even crossed my mind, Sam, funnily enough. But it was amazing, wasn't it? It was probably one of the last true great events in the country where you felt proud to be British. And there's not been a great deal since then, at least for me, in the way that we've conducted ourselves on an international stage. But there you go, that's how I feel about the world half the time. Guys, it's getting up to the top of the hour, and I am definitely not going to crash William if he is streaming. I'm just going to pull up a separate browser and see. Ant says, and Rokk, I'm in New Jersey. Yeah, I thought you were, my friend. I knew you were up that way. I definitely want to do so much. I'd love to start with New England. I know everybody says do it in the fall, but actually, I'd love to go there and just experience a lot of the really ancient history. But I think the thing I would really love to do is not so much the ancient European history, but the pre-European history. The indigenous Native Americans. I'd love to really immerse myself in that side of things. But yeah, so much to do, so much to look forward to. It's going to be amazing. The future's bright. You've got to wear shades. Norway, Martin says, Miss Phoenix, I so look forward to travel to the UK. Have you not been over here, Martin? The only thing I always say, London is an amazing city. I mean, it is, it's one of the best cities in the world. Everybody wants to come. It's got history that predates Romans. It is a great place to visit. But there's a whole country's worth of amazing places to visit. And if budgets allow, I always say, please, 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 set a few days aside to go outside of London. And you can. I mean, particularly if you're from the US, you're used to, 4-day trip to the supermarket, right? So you can go and hire a car or get on a bus. Couple of hours, you can be at Stonehenge in one direction, or you can be over in Birmingham, which is the second largest city in the country, or head out to East Anglia, which has got a massive amount of history, particularly around Anglo-Saxons. There's a huge amount of stuff to be found just going outside of London. And you'll find, as well, as small as it is, there's such a vast variety across the country in terms of accents and dialects and culture. It's really, really worth having a good old look around if you do. And I know that's the case with a lot of countries. I know if you go to France, they've got the Bretons, they've got northern France, and they've got, go down to the south of France, and they're much more Mediterranean. And in fact, from one end of France to the other, they have a different dialect. They even have a slightly different language. The same language, in fact, the ancient language of the Cornish, the Cornish, the Celts, the Irish, the Welsh, the Scots, stretches into northern France. So, yeah. Oh, well, fantastic world, right? Travel the world with Rokk. I think that'll do us today. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, firstly, for all your generosity, not just in terms of following, subscribing, donating, and to Eddie for donating all of those subscriptions. Thank you, my friend. Not just for that, but for your generosity of spirit, for your support and your love. I've seen some amazing messages today, and even when I haven't had a direct message, I have felt so much support from all over the place, and it really means a huge amount to me. Thank you so much. None of us should be subjected to bullying online, and it's shameful that it is a thing, particularly amongst grown adults. So I really, really appreciate all of your thoughts. I'm going to leave you now to have a fantastic weekend. If I don't make it to Stu and Jimmy's show, and it's 50-50, please do pop over and see them. I don't say this flippantly. I genuinely think it's one of the best shows. The only thing I would say is occasionally it gets a little adult in language and anecdotes. All right, it's not bawdy. It's not pornographic. It's just they could sometimes be a bit lads down the pub, but. So not necessarily one for the children, but it is great. They are great guys, highly intelligent, very culturally knowledgeable. So if you're interested in Marvel, Star Wars, Star Trek, wrestling, the news in general, and just a whole massive gamut of things, it's a great show. And that's coming up, I believe, at about 7 p.m. It's about an hour from now, give or take. So please, please, please go and watch them. Even just to say hello would be a wonderful, wonderful thing. Lee, great to see you, my friend. I can't bring you up on the chat, brother, because it's broken and I don't know why. But I hope you're keeping well, mate. I really do. I miss you, brother. let's try and get together. This weekend's going to be a funny old one, but if you're free at all, drop me a DM or something, dude, and let's get on. Let's get it on. Sounds like my kind of place. Well, Lee's Scottish, but not in Scotland. But one of the loveliest people. Lee invited me very generously to his wedding last year with his beautiful wife, and it was the most amazing day with a mix of Indian and Scottish culture. Just one of the best days, best weddings I've ever been to, and what absolutely gorgeous human beings. Made some great friends, and Lee was every bit as lovely in the flesh than he is in virtual gaming. So he's a blessed fellow. And he says, I will message you this weekend. I will look forward to it, my friend. Right, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you. Have an amazing weekend. If I don't see you later, I will see you on Monday, and we'll carry on the good fight. You guys take care. Speak soon. Bye.
Thank you.